Welcome to the introductory episode of Hardly Working. I'm your host, Brent Orrell, and I'm a resident fellow in domestic policy at the American Enterprise Institute in Washington, D.C. At AEI, I oversee research on questions of vocation, career, and work. The purpose of this research is to help expand opportunity for all Americans through education, job training, and workforce development programming. We also talk about the needs of special populations like men and women returning from prison, and how we can work together to help them, their families, and their communities gain access to economic and social opportunity. So you might be asking, what is vocation, career, and work? And what will our podcast, Hardly Working, be about? Well, I'm glad you asked. When it comes to our work lives, we tend to become pretty linear and outcome-focused. Where should I go to college? And what should I study? What's on my resume, and how does it make me look? What does the job pay? And does it have a career path? These are good questions to ask, but they aren't the only questions to ask. If we think of satisfying employment as an element of a happy and flourishing life, we start to ask different kinds of questions. Are we primarily interested in what New York Times columnist David Brooks calls resume virtues, what we've done and what we're able to do? Or should we also be thinking about eulogy virtues? What kind of people are we, and what kind of people are we trying to become? That's where vocation, career, and work come in. Some people think vocation means technical school, but I'm using it in a different sense. Vocation captures the sense of individual mission, calling, and purpose in the marketplace. It grows out of our unique aspirations, interests, and backgrounds, and it is the basis of our day-to-day search for meaning in our work and social lives. The career we choose defines and roots vocation. It's the pathway that expresses the sense of professional calling over a lifetime, but it's not necessarily rigid or even linear. With the advance of technology, people are changing jobs more often than ever before. The trick is often in linking the sense of vocation and calling to a career that expresses vocation in a variety of different settings. For instance, a person might have a vocation of healing. They feel called to help people who are in physical or emotional distress. That vocation could be expressed through a career in medicine, social work, psychology, or even working as a personal trainer. You might be thinking, that sounds all well and good, in theory, but my job is how I put food on the table for my family and build a better life for my children and grandchildren. I agree with you. Your job is your work, and your work is where vocation and career express themselves in the hour-to-hour activities of life. It's in work that skills are developed and refined and brought to bear on specific tasks. Work is a social activity where we learn more each day about ourselves and others. Work can take many shapes across sector, region, or economy, but it provides each person with a means by which they can earn the income to care for themselves and their families. These are the themes Hardly Working will explore. We will engage with leading scholars, practitioners, policymakers, and thinkers on the topics of understanding your vocation, finding career paths that will help you express that vocation, and developing the skills that help pay the bills. Along the way, we'll be looking at topics like neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and seeking a balance between technical and implicit skills. We'll be interviewing authors and scholars who are studying the challenges posed by globalization and automation, and how to prepare for an exciting but uncertain employment future. Our goal is a conversation that will help you think about your interests, education, and skills in a way that brings you to a career and a job that fits so perfectly it feels like you're hardly working, even when you're working hard. And whatever else happens, I promise we'll take your mind off your job. I'm Brent Orrell, and this is Hardly Working.